everyone, and welcome to this episode of Sea Hunters. I am here in Zion at the Eastern Bakery, and I know some of our viewers might be wondering, hey, what is Sea Hunters doing in Zion at a bakery? But I'm going to tell you right now. We had this concept of making conch bread, especially since the local consumption was low. We are trying to come up with ways to utilize conch that we can get the maximum benefits from our available resources locally. Now, I am here with the owner of the bakery, Mr. Fifield. Mr. Fifield, welcome to Sea Hunters.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Fifield, why did you decide to partner with us on this initiative and bake some conch bread?
Well, I'm a guy who like to try things. I used to make pumpkin bread and all sorts of bread. And I believe there's no limit to what you can make. So I partner with you with that because I feel like it was a good thing. And then I just grabbed at the opportunity to do it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Fifield. And this is what we are talking about. Mr. Fifield, I've known him for many years when I worked at the agriculture department. He is a farmer. Now I'm in the marine resources department. I am linking fisheries and agriculture together along with some value-added product, which would be the bread. So, Mr. Fifield, I thank you for partnering with us on this initiative. And this looks like one of the bread. That's the first one. So this is the conch bread made right here on the island of Nevis at Eastern Bakery. I say to you, thanks once again. And I look forward to trying this wonderful treat. Wow. Nice and crunchy. And you could see the real conch meat is on the inside. It's delicious. Thanks again, Mr. Fifield. Okay, Sea Hunters is now here in Charlestown at the office of Latoya Jones, who has volunteered to try the conch bread. Ms. Jones, what's your first impression?
I'm like, conch bread? Really? Who makes bread from conch? But I'm going to try it and see how it goes.
All right, so let's see.
So there's actual conch in it.
Yes, that's the idea, having real
Conch is
chunk.
soft. It's delicious. It's really nice.
All right, so would you recommend this product to anyone else?
Yes, I would recommend conch bread to others. It's good to diversify and it's good to try new things.
All right. Well, thank you, Ms. Jones. Here we have a satisfied customer, someone who tried conch bread for the very first time, and they're willing to recommend it to others. So, we're on to the next person. Bread came from Eastern Bakery, courtesy of Mr. Winston Fifield. That's in Zion.
The bread is really, really, really nice. But the conchs, they need more conchs inside of it. And I think it should be more into the center than to the back of the bread. And more pieces and yeah. But it's a really good. The bread is nice.
What do you think about the concept of conch in bread?
It's interesting. It's different. It's really, really different. It's really good.
What about you?
It's innovative. Having the conch, utilizing the conch in a creative way. However, as my colleague says, a little more bit of flavor need to set it apart to know that to say, this thing has in conchs. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm sure you realize this is the first time something like this has been done. So the idea is to get persons to accept the concept of conch in bread, and then we could move on to other phases like different flavors of conch bread.
I think this would be a good idea. It's natural, and people would like it more. But I think you need a little more flavor, and you can't really taste the conchs in it strong.
Okay, so
Really good. Really
we
good.
have more satisfied customers with some interesting ideas as to how to improve on the formulation of this product. So I'm sure in the future we will see a lot of conch bread and a different varieties of conch bread hitting the market right here on the island of Nevis. So we're on to our next person. Well, we are here in Barnesgut with the president of the Jessop's Cotton Ground and Barnesgut Fishers Association, Mr. Robert Clark. He has sampled the conch bread for the very first time. Mr. Clark, how do you feel about eating this conch bread, this new product, knowing very well that it is a Jessop's conch that has been placed in the bread? And what do you think about the bread itself?
Well, actually, when you came by and told me that you have a bread, a conch bread, I was surprised because at the end of the day, I never hear anything about a conch bread. All I heard about is pork bread. And then, and the first thing came to my mind, conch bread? I said, no, I never heard about conch bread. And when the first bite that I take from the conch bread, I thought that it was very, very tasty. And it was fresh and it was wonderful. Once you have a conch bread, I don't think you could get any other relish. You know, sometimes we tend to put cheese in the bread, put ham in the bread, but once you have a conch bread, man, it's fresh and it's very enjoyable. Man, you should try this conch bread. It's so wonderful. And I will always, especially now I know, is the products at the Jessup Bay where I usually do my work from.
It's not very salt. That's what I like about it. It's not salty and it's very crispy. Actually, it tasting very nice. Well, I encourage the general public to try it because what I really like about it is it's not tasting salty and it's very crispy. It's very crispy and nice. I really like the taste of it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here once again with Mr. Alexis Brown. Now, there's something very special about this fisher. There's many things special about this fisher, but I'm only going to touch on one thing for this episode. He is now sampling the conch bread. Ladies and gentlemen, both of us were on this agriculture show, Everything Agriculture, with Banky and DJ X-Ray at 2020 Vision, when I said to the public, in order to support conch fishers, we could have conch bread. And soon after, Mr. Brown called me up and told me he has conch that he wants to give me so that I can push the idea forward. So I'm back here now with Mr. Brown and the conch bread for you to see him and get his reaction of this conch bread.
So happy to be here, eating conch bread, probably in front of the public. Let me take a good. It's extremely good, and I'm so happy because this is something new to the public. I never heard about conch bread before. I heard about conch chowder, conch water, and so many different things about conch, but never heard about conch bread. And I'm telling you that this bread tastes extremely, extremely good. But I just wake up. When you call me, the lady wake me up. So just like a dream. But, hey, I'm telling you, this gonna reach far. I think when people realize and people taste it, people from different country gonna start to order conch bread. So, no surprise if by the next 3 months we start to export conch bread because we ain't export too many things.
Right, right,
So
right.
if this could be, this is like a blessing that that we could export something new to the world. Out a little nervous, we could start something new by exporting conch bread. And I'm so happy that you come up with this idea. This is a vision. And when we get together and you talk about different things with conch, and you come up with the conch bread, I was wondering, conch bread, I wonder what it's gonna taste like. So, it's a pleasure. And I very much happy that, you could have wake me up to be a part of this sample. It's good. I'm telling you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Brown. And there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, um, it was my vision. It is now our reality. I've looked at where we are and where we need to go. The economy is slow. And at the current moment, instead of looking outside for something, we need to look to each other and see how we can help each other so that we can rebuild our local economy, that it would be strong and more resilient to the next economic shock that could be coming. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. And as always, I'll catch you next time on Sea Hunters.